Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, it is day 2 of the grandest party of them all, and in today's video, it's all about Gear 5, but not the Gear 5 that you're thinking about, this particular Gear 5, or Anniversary Exclusive Film Red Snake Man / Gear 5, and in today's video, we're going to be taking him in and showcasing him as a GP leader. Now, in regular Rumble, this guy is a demon. An absolute weapon. If you get him to level 150, the amount of damage output this guy has potential to do is kind of scary. But he's no Gear 5 Super Sugo 6+ for that matter. But the rules do suit him quite nicely. Strength got a massive buff with this unit. So we're going to take him in and we're going to try, emphasis on try, hunt down Gear 5 6+ opposition units as well. Now, unlike Shanks, this guy doesn't really have a burst that helps out what Gear 5 6+ is trying to do. But, look, we'll see how we go nevertheless. The teams that we are using today, you can see underneath the image over on the left-hand side of the screen. But if you enjoy the video, make sure to head down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new or if you're coming back to the channel. And if you want to keep up with the Grand Party content, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on any of the fun. With that said, let's dive in and let's try and do some Gear 5 versus Gear 5 shenaniganry. Alright, so we found Gear 5. Of course, it's Gear 5 6+ Apocalypse out in this bitch. So, the play that I'm trying to put together here is run Free Spirit first, so that way we can actually build up Luffy's burst. Luffy's burst just needs 6 specials to activate. Now, I've used a lot of cooldown reducers to make that happen. Otama got a massive buff, in my opinion, thanks to Nami and Karina. Nami and Karina need a little bit of help in terms of getting their cooldowns and sort of keeping them alive, and Otama does that very nicely. On top of that, Luffy buffs fighter, powerhouse units, and then strength. So Otama fits the bill perfectly. She's actually going to get a lot of cooldowns with Luffy's passive. Damn, she got hit very, very hard from Kainu there. Unfortunately, we are going up against a quick team. So, lucky I'm using my Free Spirit team first. If we were going up against strength, that Akainu, like if we're using our strength team, sorry, Akainu would have just gone absolutely ballistic. Now, healing back with Otama is great. We can now roll back the specials with Nami Karina, and it's what makes Nami Karina so damn disgusting. Gear 5's now going to go. He's going to bink out one character surely. Damn, just off there a little bit. Akainu going is awesome. But Gear 5's passive in Rumble, like I said, sorry, in GP, like I said, he boosts fighter and powerhouse characters. It's not double stacked, so if it's like ulti or who's who, they're not going to get both the buffs. They just have to be one of the classes. And then strength get an extra buff as well. So for this particular team, Luffy, Otama, Sanji are all getting buffs. And that works quite nicely. So now we have our burst ready to go. In the first 60 seconds, Luffy actually does a lot of damage. And he also does something else. I can't really remember. Let's have a look. He targets 3 enemies with a high CT for 5,000 fixed damage, that's right. And then in the first 60 seconds, he targets all enemies for 4 times his attack. And then in the last 60 seconds, he's going to give a 60% delay. So I don't think we need the burst for this particular fight, as you can see. I do want to have it ready to go for the next fight. We can definitely use that to our advantage then. I don't know if the enemy will get their burst ready. I think they probably will just get their burst ready in time. Oh, no, Sanji might kill here. Yeah, Sanji's going to kill. Beautiful. Okay, so now we have a very, very powerful burst at our disposal, doing 4 times damage. Now, unfortunately, unlike Gear 5 6+, that particular burst is not going to go through defensive effects. However, 4 times Luffy's attack is still a lot of damage. And when you're versing something like a slasher team that is a little bit squishy, you are going to be able to do some really, really nice things. Now, how much defense there? They do have Dofi on the team, so they are going to go up just a little bit. Ideally, you also want to try and bring defense down characters like Nami, Karina, and like Kid Law would be great in terms of the Free Spirit team. I guess I could sort of flip them around, maybe run the Powerhouse team first, use the HP cuts. This is definitely going to hurt. Okay, Luffy just definitely survives there, which is great. Honestly, I don't think we use our burst because if we do, is Kizaru going to kill characters here? No, he doesn't. Alright, Vivi Vivi with the special one's quite nice. You know what? Let's screw it. Let's just use it. Let's just see how much damage this does against 9 defense. Damn, that was a lot of damage. Well, it wasn't like a huge chunk of damage. Ideally, I definitely should have saved that. Like, that was not the play to be using that there. Mainly because now Gear 5 is going to, like, build up the charge and do all that very, very annoying stuff. But like I said, the damage is great, but it doesn't go through defense, which is just a huge problem. Like, a massive, massive problem. We're going to take another burst here, too, which is great. Bink that burst because... Sweet. So now we're going into the final fight. We have a burst in our disposal. They don't have a burst in their disposal. So that's going to work very, very nicely. So the final team I've put together is a powerhouse-centric team. Now, this team is very glass cannon-y. It's a lot of HP cuts, and it does work very, very well underneath Gear 5, 6+. I just wanted to see how it goes against actually, like, under someone else. Now, unfortunately, we are coming against Wano Law. So Wano Law is going to reduce our cooldowns something fierce. However, we have a lot of cooldowns thanks to Luffy, thanks to Cracker, and thanks to Kainu and his passive. So Kainu is going to go very, very quickly. All our characters actually are. Whitebeard's going to be on a lot of cooldowns as well, but Wano Law is reducing our CT by level 6. So if you have a look at what we're actually producing here in terms of our CD, imagine without versing Wano Law here. So Yamato's already dead. Who's Who does a butt ton of damage. Pell is... Okay, wait. I don't know if Pell's... Did Pell get knocked back a little bit there? Yeah, Pell did. So Pell's going to go, which is crazy. Akainu still hasn't gone yet. Akainu has the highest CD out of all of our units. Odin going there is so annoying because we are quite squishy. Alright. Whitebeard gives some nice stats now that he is on very, very low HP. He can actually die now. I don't mind if he dies. We're going to get our CD back now that Wano Law is dead. And ideally, as soon as we get our burst ready to go here, we are going to use it. Like I said in the previous fight, I just wanted to see how much damage that was against like 9 defense. This team has, should have a lot more defense, 18 defense. So that's going to be a little bit more problematic. Gear 5's probably going to kill 2 units here. Yeah. We have a very strong bench though, being very driven powerhouse centric. So we should be okay there. Akainu's still alive. That's kind of nuts. Who's Who should do some big damage here. Alright, now we have the option of utilizing our special to do some damage right now. Or we can use it to CD stall later. And I think that's probably what we're going to do. Because... yeah, look, we'll make sure that Gear 5 doesn't go off. Unless Fuji kills here. Fuji killed. Alright, well, look, we didn't even need the burst. We could have used it. But like I said, it's good 4 times attack. But when it doesn't go through defense, it can be a bit of an issue. Let's move on to the next fight. Alright, Gear 5, fight number 2. Now, I did want to try and flip the Free Spirit and the Powerhouse team, but, man, Powerhouse can be so glass cannon-y that if they don't go first, like, they're in for a really bad time. And ideally, I don't want to get myself in a position where I don't have a burst and my enemy does. Our powerhouse HP cut team might become more of a sacrificial team for that middle slot, provided we win out this first fight. Now, the Free Spirit team, it's so damn strong. Even with a leader that's not buffing Free Spirits, like, it goes so hard. So if you're running Gear 5s, like, you're going to be in such a good spot that, yeah, like, this Free Spirit team, for example, Nami Karina, the addition to the Free Spirit team is just kind of crazy. You have Nami Robin for HP cuts as well, which is crazy. You have Robin Koala if you want to do some Free Spirit nerfing as well. And then if you just have the core of Gear 5, Zoro, and Sanji, like, you just have so much going for you. The upside to this team, too, is we actually get our specials off quite quickly, thanks to Otama. Like I said, I've come around on Otama this particular season because of Nami Karina. The ability to just get cooldowns and then just sort of heal back against HP cutting teams is so valuable. On top of that, she can also heal back from, like, Gear 5 burst if you put the team second. So that also worked in our favor super drastically. Now, the idea here is we are just going to ride out this fight and make sure that we have our bursts available to us for the final fight. Ideally, for the final fight, I want to go in with 2 bursts and the enemy have none, and just let our Free Spirit team actually just, like, boardwalk the first fight. Now, if the enemy does use their GP burst, and actually wipe us, we can use our burst to stall out their specials. The 5k fixed damage is really, really nice. But Otama sort of just keeping us alive here is just, it's so damn valuable. We're also running an 8-man Free Spirit team, which is really strong. Even though the back end don't really buff Free Spirits, the ability to just have an actual bench rather than some fodder units is just way more valuable in the long run. Alright, so now we're going to have Gear 5 do some fixed damage. Dink out Whitebeard, see you later. Kandro doing fixed damage here is going to be a little bit annoying. Now, Luffy Yamato does have a special, which is very scary. But Nami Karina is going to fix that nice and simply. Otama now has a healing. I am still very aware that the enemy could use their burst at any time. And that could definitely do a lot of damage to us. Like, it could definitely hurt. We do still have two very key revives, though. With Luffy and with Zoro. So that's definitely something to note. Zoro's counters basically are just going to carry us to the end of this fight. So, honestly, at this point now, I kind of want the enemy to use their burst. If the enemy uses their burst now, it's going to do a shit ton of damage. But it means I'm not going to have to worry about it later down the line. So go on, use the burst. There it is. Asking you shall receive sometimes. Like I said, it's going to do damage, but we have revives, and we are going to be in a good spot to just sort of now go like this. And we can just bink out the fight there. Now, the second fight is going to be our strength team. Now, strength is really good. When you are fighting against Gear 5, though, it can be a little bit of a problem, especially when you're coming up against a Free Spirit team that has Nami, Robin on it. Nami, Robin have the ability to HP cut, so that they're going to be in a really good spot here to just build back up their burst. Ideally, we want to get our specials off before the opposition. We have a lot of extra CD speed than they do. We have a lot of speed with this team, and that's sort of how I wanted to build it. Ideally, I do want to actually use the burst of Luffy after the HP cut of Jack, right before, and after Otama uses a special. So if Jack uses a HP, does his HP cutting stuff here, that's always going to be fun. Because remember, we're doing 5,000 fixed damage, and then we're going to be doing a big chunk of damage after that. So some good damage there. Let's binker Luffy's burst now, because we're going to start using our specials. That's going to kill... Oh, Otama didn't die? That's annoying. Alright, we're going to take a Sanji special. That's okay, because Gear 5 is ready to go. Gear 5 is now going to just absolutely decimate and do a lot of damage here. Beautiful. Oh, really didn't hit Otama? Man, that's annoying. Otama's just going to heal him back. We did take out their HP cutter, which is very valuable. Gear 5 can still build up their burst very quickly, especially if he hits basically everyone, which he pretty much did, which is super annoying. Man, not killing Otama there is a huge problem. Like, it's a massive ass problem. Luffy's so good in terms of how much damage output he can actually provide. But if he doesn't actually kill the right unit, we are going to be stuck dealing with something like this and having to deal with a burst, which is just going to wipe our entire team. And then the enemy is just going to win because it's Free Spirit, right? Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes when you verse Free Spirit. However, we now have a burst. The enemy does not. And we have a HP cutting team to sort of bring the enemy down super low. And then we can use our burst to sort of finish off whatever's happening. That was sort of like the way I wanted to build this. Have the first team do its thing. Free Spirit, like I said, is so strong that it can just win without bursts. It can take bursts, and it's fine, as you guys saw with my fight in the very beginning, as well as the enemy's fight in the middle. And now we versus Slasher team. Slashers are getting drastically nerfed because they get HP reduction level 4, I believe, and CD reduction level 5. So our CD is going to be way higher than theirs. Akainu's sitting at 19, which is crazy. We only have 11 speed, which is a little bit annoying, but that's okay, because we just need our Akainu to go, and he's going to do so much damage to Odin, and he's going to do so much damage to K-Dad. Beautiful. Bringing him down to half HP is awesome. I do want to make sure that we can get our special of Whitebeard off before we get the special of Who's Who off. Nice. Roger Whitebeard, don't use this special. Nice. Bardo Cavendish will hit us very hard here. Pell dying there is actually crazy. K-Dad, don't do it, bro. Bro, K-Dad hits so hard. K-Dad hits so hard. We just need 2 more specials. What? How did you miss, Fuji? Alright, come on. We need to bink out. We need to bink out Roger Wabbit here. Nice. Alright, that was clutch. That was actually really, really clutch. I'm not a huge fan of this like Gear 5 setup that I've been rocking. If you guys have been trying Gear 5, let me know down below how you guys have been finding him. Have you guys been enjoying the unit? Has he been working for you? Has he not been working for you? 5,000 stage, kill that. No, Odin. Okay, funny enough, I was talking smack about how Akainu was going to do so much damage to Odin and K-Dad, and they're like the last two. They're the last two left standing, which is crazy. Alright, that should be a wrap for us there. Let's wrap this up. Let's move on to the next fight. Beautiful stuff. Gear 5 versus Gear 5 is very, very scary, but it's nice to see that we can actually get a few wins. Alright, so I decided to mix it up a bit, like super drastically actually. I wanted to really showcase Luffy in a really, really good spot. Obviously, in the early stages, you can see what you're fighting. And look, at the back end of Grand Party, I wouldn't recommend using Luffy as a leader. As a unit, 100%. But I just think Shanks' Grand Party is way better from what I've seen with Luffy. Now, this is obviously going up against Gear 5s. Like, versing other units, look, Luffy might shine there. But look, you can only be the best if you beat the best. And he has definitely struggled a lot more against Gear 5 6+ than what I was struggling with yesterday with Shanks. Shanks isn't the answer to beat Gear 5, don't get me wrong, but from what I've seen, he is the best option when going up against Gear 5 besides mirror matches that just sort of have better stats or have better standpoints. So, like I said, we are going up against a quick team in the front. So I decided to just build out a chonky Powerhouse Dex team. Luffy does boost Powerhouse and Fighters. This whole team gets boosted except for Doflamingo. But Doflamingo is just so good, and running Doflamingos in the front line nowadays with the amount of tankiness that you do have is just, it's free, basically. He also buffs Dex and Driven, which this whole team actually is. Well, 3/5 of it is, I should say. Big Bum and Blackbeard, mainly, because like they get so much cooldowns now with Luffy. They go so damn quick, and the Dex team actually works exceptionally well from what I'm seeing here. Not only when you are versing quick, but under Luffy, because the Powerhouse units get that extra cooldown, because Powerhouse are buffed this season, it all works out just super nicely there. So this first fight was an absolute cakewalk. The counter of Luffy doing 7,500 is nuts. We didn't even have a chance to get 6 specials off, and we still managed to win before the enemy actually got halfway to their burst. Now, the final fight is a Dex fight, and the middle fight is a Psy Free Spirit. So I just decided to throw my Free Spirit team in the middle here. Look, Free Spirit is so good that we're probably going to walk away with a win here. But another reason I also wanted to put them here is because Nami Karina can lower defense. If you have a unit that can lower defense, to a significant margin, of course, and that's why I have Kaku on the final fight, so hopefully we can actually showcase it there as well. If you have a way to lower defense, the 4 times damage that Luffy provides is going to be a lot more beneficial. The downside is when you can use something like this man right here and just go through defense all the time and not have to worry about bringing units that do that. You just need to worry about bringing units that can actually just do damage to get you there. It's chalk and cheese which one you're actually going to pick, right? Provided you have Gear 5, of course. I do understand he's a Super Sugo. He's not available right now as his banner has left. But he will, look, he'll be back for New Year's, and I would highly recommend everyone summon for him there because he's just a fantastic character. Nami Karina, speaking of fantastic units, I'm so happy I pulled this unit because, like, look at that. That 40% reduction is just so incredible. And then if you get Zoro to put up his counters and the provoke ability, and they have to attack him with normal attacks, and he just does all that damage with counters. Plus, look, Yamato should have just hit us with her special there. Like, that should have been a Yamato special to the face. And, no. Now she has to wait God knows how long until she comes back. Gear 5 has come back around. We are going to take a Gear 5 burst right here. It's going to kill Nami Karina. Yeah, okay, Nami Karina. Okay, look, we might actually make it to this final fight. Ideally now then, Otama will heal us back, which is nice, because then that way we can easily take another burst. Yamato is going to do so much damage that ideally it should charge back their burst. So is Odin. Okay, Odin didn't kill anyone, which is great. I'd love to see a halve stats from Yamato, and then like Yamato absolutely obliterate someone, so that way their burst charge goes up drastically. Alright, hit. Oh, you can't. Okay. Well, look, killing Zoro there is a bit of a shame, but look, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. Like I said, I want to use this fight to just get to the final fight, and showcase what the strength team can actually do against the Dex team. There's the revive on Luffy. Utama's still... Okay, there we go. I was going to say, Utama's still alive, which is just absurd to think about. Utama, you kind of want her to die fairly early. Damn. Alright, hold up. We need them to just do enough damage to not kill us, and then use the burst. Nice. Okay, beautiful. That's perfect. That's perfect scenario. Yeah, having a team that can just tank a double burst and then you go into the final fight with your burst is just, it's so valuable when versing Gear 5. It's a great strategy as well. Dex teams do it really, really well. Using the second fight to bait out 2 bursts, so that way you can go into the final fight, use your burst on turn on the first fight, and then the final fight. If you are running Gear 5 mirror matches, of course, you guys will see that later down the line. I have 2 particular setups that I do want to try. Well, I've done a lot of testing on. Unfortunately, I couldn't record my testing. I've been in hospital with the homie and stuff like that, so a bit of a shame. But at the end of the day, everything's fine, and I just won't be able to get that. I just don't have that content available right now, so a bit unfortunate. So what we're gonna do here is, Big Mom is kind of annoying. We're going to use the first burst. That's annoying. I wanted to use that before Kanjuro actually went. Now, the reason I put Kanjuro on this team is he's powerhouse. He starts to kill himself, which is very interesting. But the big reason I put him here is he can actually roll back specials. So he's going to slow down the opposition quite drastically. On top of that, I have Kaku. Kaku lowers their CD speed super, super drastically. I used the burst early because I wanted to sort of just get as much damage out as possible. So that way Luffy could do something like this. Nice. Basically take out their entire team. And from this particular point, we're going to be absolutely fine. So we're just drastically lowering their CD reduction. We're rolling back their specials. And now Kaido should be able to sort of just do a lot here. Also, we're lowering their defense super drastically. If we get one more special off, we'll be able to use Luffy, and that honestly should wrap up the fight. Nice. Beautiful. Finish it off with this final burst of Luffy. Let me know your thoughts and opinions of this unit in Grand Party and PvP down below. Like I said, in PvP, he's an absolute menace. He's a demon. He's so good for the strength team. But for what he's trying to do in Grand Party, I don't know if that's it, Chief. But nevertheless, we did do some Grand Party Gear 5 hunting season. Gear 5 versus Gear 5. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on all the content. There's PKA, there's Blitz coming, more Grand Party stuff, PvP, showcases, you name it, it is on its way. Also, don't forget to vote on my punishment poll. But most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.